Hello, my name's Jessica Lees. I'm the head teacher at Willoughton Primary School near Gainsborough in Lincolnshire. I took over from a part-time head to become the first full-time head in quite a while in February 2017. When I got here, I found that the staff felt quite isolated. They hadn't got to grips with the 2014 national curriculum and hadn't found a consistent way of assessing without levels. Their assessments weren't quite in line with the new national curriculum. We also found in that first year that we had extensive turbulence, as Ofsted would put it, in staffing, and I actually ended up having 3 new members of staff within the 2017-18 academic year. So that was new members of staff for each class that I had. As a teacher in Nottinghamshire, I always really valued the opportunity to network and the CPD I was given. When I came to Willoughton and I saw how isolated the staff had been, I knew that they needed these doors opening and I needed to get them in touch with other teachers in the local area. Because my new staff were 2 newly qualified teachers and a recently qualified teacher, I knew as well it was really important for their careers that they were given really good CPD, good quality CPD, and the chance to network. So they were given buddies in the local area to help with them feel less isolated, in order to retain the teachers as well at our school and get the best outcomes for children. I knew this was really important. One of the first things I did when I joined Willoughton was pick up the phone and introduce myself to local heads in the area. Luckily, one of the first heads I rang put me in touch with the Gainsborough Partnership. So I went along to my first meeting, met lots of heads, made lots of connections and got lots of telephone numbers so that if ever I have any issues I can ring them up straight away. I also joined Kyra. Well, we were already part of Kyra, but I made sure that we really use them to their full potential. I went along to lots of training with Kyra and felt that they really held the same values as myself and saw the benefit in using them, so got the staff booked in on lots of training with Kyra as well. As a small school with only 60 children on roll and only having the 3 classes, I have to not only develop the teachers' practice and get them to perfect their craft, but also develop them as leaders as well. And that's, getting that balance right can be really tricky at times. Some things we've worked on as a whole staff are getting external maths consultants in. So we've had Jenny Cook come in and do some problem solving and reasoning skills, and how to move from lots of procedural maths in the books to getting that practical and that problem solving within the books as well. We've also had Catherine Coldwell come in and do English and maths moderations with the staff, really unpicking children's books carefully so that they can be really secure in their assessments and know how to move them on to the next level. Our first NQT started in September 2017. The first step was to get her onto an NQT support package, which I thought was really important to build her confidence. She met lots of other NQTs and developed a network, as well as learning how to plan for children with SEND and looking at science in focus and looking at all sorts of aspects of teaching and learning. She did really, really well. So when we were invited to take part in the Lincolnshire English Attainment Programme, she seemed like the perfect candidate to become our school-based lead and has taken that on. We're now in the 2nd year of LEAP and it's going really well. Just tweaking little things based on evidence-based research has been really great for her to lead in school and develop her as a leader as well as a teacher. In January 2018, I had an RQT start with us in our Year 2-3 class. She was really keen to take on an aspect of leadership, so started shadowing me straight away as maths lead. She showed real potential from the outset, and so very quickly started attending Kyra Maths forums. She worked alongside Jenny Cook, a maths consultant, learnt how to do monitoring and evaluation and book scrutiny, and she's also taken on the school-based lead for the Mobilise LAMP project this year. Again, in January 2018, I had an NQT start in our early years Year 1 class. This teacher was new to early years, so I felt that she needed a bespoke package to cater for her CPD needs. She did some of the Kyra NQT induction, such as the planning for SEND, but she also had somebody from the local authority come in and work with her, an early years specialist who did things like baselining, planning for areas of provision to get the most out of them, and things like that. So she's had a very bespoke package. Now she's looking at science as being her area to lead, so she's already booked herself onto a STEM course and is looking to do the science quality mark. As well as developing a network with local heads in Gainsborough, I attend the Kyra Heads forums. I've been on the Kyra New to Headship training. I've had a mentor from the local authority, and also the locality leaders work closely with me to develop my school development plan. I've done so many things really, it's too much to talk about, but I've really enjoyed working in Lincolnshire and found that everybody's been really open and really willing to help, and as a school we're really hoping to offer that back in the future.